There was news, sir,
Yeah.
and it was covered by the mainstream media that Indian YouTubers had been taken to Xinjiang. All expenses paid, 5-star hotel, business class, first class, money given, don't worry, come with us. And they came back with glowing reports how much China had progressed and there was nothing happening in Xinjiang and everybody was happy and the Uyghur Muslims were fantastic. Is this also part of media warfare, sir?
So I think in line with what they have done, they have a systemic change into information worldwide. It is not us alone.
Sure.
We can talk us.
Sure.
But they own, for example, in Australia, they own many newspaper agencies where no ad or no anti-Chinese thing can be published. So in Germany.
So in South Africa.
Hollywood studios, sir. Hollywood studios, sir.
So Hollywood studio, when the last time Hollywood made anti-Chinese movie was 1999.
Sure.
It was Dalai Lama.
Sure.
And the movie was someone life in Tibet or something.
Sure.
And they said, okay, they banned the movies in 99. And the Columbia Pictures boss CEO flew down to China, say, जैसे हम गुरखाली बोलते हैं ना गलती भयो, but we did a mistake, yeah, sorry, we will not do it again. From that date till date, they have never made an anti-Chinese movie. Sure. Because the movies are all sold across in China. Sure. So, in India, 2-3 years ago, the Daily Hunt, most people who don't see news get news from Daily Hunt. Like sure. In shorts you get, na?
Shorts, yes, sir.
In Daily Hunt pushes you information. Now, Daily Hunt was 2.5 million Indians were watching Daily Hunt every day to sure. get their gist of news. Sure. People don't have time to read. Daily Hunt was a Chinese-owned media house. And last year, NewsClick also came in, something like NewsClick also, one more.
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
Yeah, so these are owned by the Chinese.
Yeah, that Purkayas, the person was NewsClick.
Yes.
There was a case against him also, sir.
Correct.
Sir.
Daily Hunt last year was sold across to somebody else. It went across to to a Canadian or somebody who bought it. You don't know who's behind which money. But see, they will never produce anything anti-China and most people are absorbing it. In fact, most of these just being produced. I remember seeing one of these journalists writing very fine articles about China and he was Sharma. So I got kind of affinity. I said, yeah, who is this gentleman? But very fine article, glorious articles about China being written about him. Sure. So, when you start reading into the media, I think they have actually done fantastic work in the global media by the United Works, the department that they have, who have now purchased media in a way that anti-China publicity has been, see, the Hello app. I don't know whether you read about Hello app. Last election, 2019, general elections, there was a Hello app. A Hello app took 10,000 advertisements in India which were anti the government and they were publicized. And nobody, you watch an advertisement, you say, okay, opposition party ne diya hoga. Then somebody actually started checking up, who is this Hello app who is giving advertisements against the ruling party? Sure. And they came across and say, okay, this Hello app belongs to ByteDance. ByteDance are the owners of TikTok.
Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir.
They purchase advertisements. So this is electoral manipulation. And India. And, in this year, elections, if you follow and read into it, the Microsoft and Meta have sacked employees in India for giving out information, which, as you gather, things are not clear. Sure. But 150 odd people sacked in India for giving out adverse publicity, kind of electoral manipulation. It's cognitive warfare. Yes, it is hitting our minds. Sure. So the Chinese are now in big cognitive warfare in this manner to say, trying to cognitively affect the minds of the electoral. And this is not India alone. Worldwide it happens. We know about the election between Hillary Clinton and Trump when they said the Russians had bought a whole lot of, that time Twitter handles and all adverse publicity against Hillary took place. So it happens worldwide. But we are also affected in this manner of the psychological targeting being carried out by the Chinese in this manner.
Sir, I'd like to narrate an incident that happened with me, sir, a few years back. Before I came into the media, I was working with a company and the chairman sent me to China, sir. So I've visited China many, many times. And so ideally we used to go to Hong Kong. From there, we would go to Gunzhou, sir, because by road, sir. It'll take some time, you reach Gunzhou. Lovely roads, fantastic. You reach Gunzhou. And so we were discussing things with a company, sir, whose name I will not take, sir. We were discussing things, possible tie-up. And another person was standing there, and there was another company, not this one, but another company along with them. Same room, we were sitting down having a cup of tea, and we were discussing so many other things. And I just casually asked the other person that, your company, ownership and all, and everybody went quiet. And then I felt that maybe it was an insulting question, and I changed track. And then my Indian person there who was translating for us, sir, he had spent quite a lot of time, and he said, I will discuss with you, Gaurav, I'll tell you separately. And later on, sir, when we were back in Hong Kong, because I was supposed to take the flight from Hong Kong, he says, there are many Chinese companies that you would recognize as brands. और अगर आप पीछे चले जाएंगे और आप इनकी ownership देखेंगे, somewhere along the way you will find PLA, sir. Somewhere along the way you will find Chinese intelligence. So that PLA actually owns companies.
No, they have a law. They have a law that states that all private and government enterprises working outside China will provide requisite data across to the government. So you can be a private, CCCC. There's a corporation called CCCC, which does makes ports.
Sure.
Now, if they own a port in say Greece, they also own the logistics, which means the container starts from inland somewhere in Europe, and is brought across to the port in Greece, and then it is sent on a particular ship. They know what's in the container. Because that CCCC, which is a private corporation, is not a government entity, they will feed the data back to the motherland or fatherland, whatever they call it, and they know exactly who is buying what stuff from where and where is being transported. Yeah? So they own 100 ports. 100 ports, including they have stake in Los Angeles, they have stake in Miami, they have 14 ports along the Indian Ocean rim, where the entire trade data is being, by law, transported across to China for taking advantage, whichever way they wish to take so.